What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's good? Man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Trust, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. But if you don't hear it from us, then you know it ain't true, right? Something like that. No, we ain't gonna put that disclaimer on there. We good, man. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
I don't know. I can't tell them that, man. I can't put that on us.
You throw that out there like like I'm the president. I'm like, yeah. You
Like,
throw that out there. I'm gonna say the disclaimer is if I say some stuff, you need to go check it out.
like
Do
we
your
the
own due
will.
diligence, right?
Let them do it. You know, I mean, we love you guys. We do anything in the world for you guys, but you know, don't again. I'm not a life coach. You know what I mean? Green Links Media. That's my people out there. They said finally catching a live show. Hey, Greg and Dope Living TV. It's Vet. I know who it is. Sean Dome, my guy. What's good, family? What's good? Well, look. Here's the thing. So tonight, you know, I don't know if you guys ever heard a vocalist is just, you know, we had Anita Baker, you know, we got Patti LaBelle. This young lady, man, her name is Michon Young. She's from the hometown, okay, from the GI, and she made a name for herself with this music. We got a song called Something About You, which blew up. She's won numerous awards. I mean, it's like when she goes to the UK, it's over. It's over. She step off the plane, they know who she is. It's over. It's over. But here's the thing. So I just got a message from her. Hold on, let me put Pinky on. What up, Pinky?
I'm Pinky today.
Hey,
What up?
You back in the pink room?
Hey, family.
Cool.
What's going on?
Michon had a problem today. So she had a storm where she's at, and her power's been out since 2:00 in the morning.
Dang.
And she doesn't have power, let's put it like that. So they're supposed to put the power back on her time, maybe about an hour ago. But so far, she hasn't responded back as far as that goes. So it's not a fault of her own that she's not available tonight. All right. And I just found this out. So, but we got to come on anyway. We said we was coming over here. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, we can make a show out of any show.
Oh, yeah. She might pop on. She may not. Okay. If she doesn't, we will reschedule her. But I know this towards the end of the month, she's going to be in the hometown releasing her new CD. All right. At I think it's the Loft. She's going to be there.
Oh, nice.
Be a good time. And well, I didn't hear you, Mo.
With Finesse in them?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but I know we're going to be giving away a couple of tickets. So once everything's said and done, we're going to have a couple of tickets to give away. And to go see Miss Michon Young live. But let me ask y'all something. So, Monday is the eclipse day, right? The solar eclipse.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, now I got a question, and maybe y'all can help me out. Maybe
That would be a question for Marcy.
maybe
Go ahead. We'll try to help you out, bro.
But see,
She the eclipse lady.
well, she's and Marcy's knowledgeable a lot of stuff. But and I sat and I listened to her, and I'm not gonna dispel anything that she says. Okay, you all, if y'all see somebody that says this and that, do whatever. Okay. But my question is this. This may be stupid because I never got it answered. The eclipse comes. When we're out here normally, like we go outside right now, sun is out, and bam, we look up there and be like, oh, okay. So we still looking at each other the next day. Why on the eclipse day? Because the moon is in front of the sun.
Right.
Why is it going to make us blind? I mean, why is it? What's the difference?
Well, when the eclipse is done there, I mean, when the sun, when they're close and the eclipse is actually there, the sun is actually blotted out for minutes. So you don't get the full effect. Now, when that bad boy started to move away, and you get the full effect of the sun, that can hurt your eyes real bad.
So when the sun goes down, every day when it goes down, we looking at the sun as it goes down, a big orange ball, and so it goes.
Are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure out what is it? Is it some magical power that's gonna make your eyes go bad? I mean, I don't get it.
Of course, it's not it's not a magical power. I believe what happens is the UV rays. There's more UV rays that are coming from the sun and the moon, and
Together.
that's what burns. That's what damages your eyes.
The UV rays.
Yep.
So
if you even think about when you look at a UV light, if you look directly at a UV light, you get that thing in front of your eyes, like it's like this white light that it kind of blinds you. So that's what it's gonna do if you look directly at it. My only question was, what if I'm driving up the street and I look up in the sky? Am I gonna be blind?
Right.
No. It's got to be an extended period of time.
Okay, I mean,
got to be extended.
Yeah, no, I know they say, and it's so crazy because I went to elementary school with this boy. I remember this distinctly. It was this young boy. I can't remember his name, but he went to the same elementary school I went to. And the one side of his face was burned really, really bad.
Yeah.
And every time I asked somebody what happened to his face, they would tell me he looked at the eclipse.
No, it's not.
I don't know if they were pulling my leg.
They're pulling your leg.
But they told me he looked at the eclipse.
God, it's so many rumors and stuff going on right now. It ain't even funny. Somebody said it's gonna be dark for 3 days. I was like, really? You need to prep for it. Gonna be in dark for 3 days. That's not true. It's a bunch of other stuff going on. I mean, we had an eclipse back in 2017, and it was a full eclipse. Okay, I don't know when the last one was up in Northwest Indiana, but we had one in 2017, and it wasn't. I mean, people came into town and they left. They came in, they viewed the eclipse, and they left.
But Mo, it said, from what I heard, from what I read, it said even looking at it for a few seconds can damage your eyes. Not a long period, but even just for a few seconds.
Look at it, 30 seconds. 30 seconds will give you an intense burn, without a doubt. It give you what you call a welder's blindness. If they tell you not to look at welding, you have to have glasses on to look at welding. Well, this is about the same principle as looking at the sun. If you stare at that welding spot very long, you're gonna get a spot, like a real bright spot where you're trying to see out of. And that's where you have the damage at usually for prolonged periods of time. But the short-term time, have you ever did that, remember those
Those eye tests.
Flares. You remember those flares they used to have?
Mm-hmm.
Flares in the car, and you look at them too long, and then you turn around, and you have that blindness. It's worse than that, but it's something similar to it, but it's more permanent.
So here I pulled something up. It says, somebody asked, is it safe to be outdoors during the solar eclipse? And the answer is yes. It's generally safe to be outdoors during the eclipse. However, it's crucial to protect your eyes if you plan to observe the eclipse directly.
There's two ways to observe the eclipse if you want to do it without glasses. And if you look at your shadow on the ground, you can see the eclipse. In other words, look down. That's what we did. We just looked down at the ground, and you actually saw the eclipse happen because your shadow went away. The one thing we did notice that it did drop 10 degrees. The temperature dropped 10 degrees. So let's get a little cool because you ain't had no sun for that amount of time.
Wow. And what they say is that you don't even feel the effects of the damage right away.
Right. So you could be, it happened, you look up and be like, oh, okay, and you scratch your eyes, and then 2 days later, you're driving down the block, and then all of a sudden, you be like, oh, Lord, oh, my God, oh, Jesus, no.
Oh, man.
It's kind of like it's temporary, blindness. It actually stays there, That's when you messed up some stuff in your eyes. So, I mean, we just got to be careful. I mean, a lot of stuff that's going to be happening out there. You're going to have the people that's putting all this crap up on the internet that I've seen that's ridiculous,
Really?
And then you got people. Yeah, it's really stupid. I mean, you got some really stupid stuff out there. People talking about stock up on food. It's kind of like the Y2K thing.
Right. That's what I said. We doing the Y2K. Everybody in the store, all the water was going off the shelves, all the food was gone, all the bread was gone, and nothing happened. I'm like, something better happen because these crazy people out here buying everything up.
Someone told me, well, they didn't tell me. I overheard a conversation where, because some people are very overly religious, right? And it was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a total eclipse, and you're gonna see the 4 horsemen come. And I'm like, well, if it's an eclipse and it's dark, we ain't gonna see the 4 horsemen come. Okay?
That's what you said in your mind, right?
I'm like, come on now, don't do that. When Marcy was doing it, like I said, she explained herself and this and that, but you govern yourself. Okay, you do what you do. This is not a moment for panic. You know what I mean? Why is everybody panicking? Oh, the hotel's gonna be sold out, school's gonna close, there's gonna be no food on the shelves, all the water gonna be gone, the toilet paper. Okay, come on now. Come on, y'all.
The one thing
it'll
is
always be
that hotel. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
I was saying it will always be people who are taking advantage of a situation. People are out here to make money. They're probably selling fake glasses, all of that.
Oh, you know what? And I told somebody that I was going to take a pair of sunglasses, crack them open, take the lens, put them in a creative little thing. You're not gonna know the difference. Matter of fact, mine will be better because they're thicker. They're the sunglasses instead of the little 3D glasses that you get in the movies. The ones I make, they're gonna be thicker with the sunglass. Nobody's gonna know the difference. And you put them on, and they be like, "Oh, these are the bomb." Okay, and then 2 days later, "Oh my God! Oh no, Lord, no!"
You're gonna get sued.
And that's the biggest thing that we had in Nashville. People were selling fake solar eclipse glasses. So they were looking at the sun, and then at the time we had that person that was in the White House. He decided he was gonna stare at the sun. Think everybody he was Superman.
Wow.
You remember? He gonna stand outside and start looking at the sun like he's Superman.
People like when it was 1,000 degrees below zero. Outside, throw the water in the air, and you see it drip. it'll
People
drip
were
down.
out there doing that crazy stuff.
What?
They were out there.
Like what?
The cinnamon challenge. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Take a spoonful of cinnamon. And let's see how many people.
That could have killed people. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Let
You're
us
right.
not be naive to everything. Let's use our discernment on some things. All right. Let's not be naive. What about the guys who just taking those little milk cartons, the milk crates, I should say, stacking them up
Oh, and jumping.
and seeing who can make it to the top.
Right, and falling. Yeah. Hey, I just say, don't be so gullible. Like, you can't be that gullible to just follow anything. People are just so gullible.
No, my whole thing is if half of these kids would follow the instructions like they follow these TikTok challenges, they'd be some geniuses. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these kids, they don't. Oh my God, it gets on my nerves. They'll follow something on TikTok or do something on TikTok before they'll learn something about their history.
Oh, I found your answer, bro.
Give me the right answer. Don't be
Okay.
Marcy.
So this is what it says, and I'm just looking at some different things on the internet. It says your eyes accommodate to darkness by widening the pupil, allowing more of the sparse light to enter the eye. That's why the first light when you wake up on a winter morning can be quite unbearable. Same thing happens during a solar eclipse. As the light fades, the pupils dilate. When the sun reemerges, it happens quite fast, faster than the pupils can contract, making your eyes way more vulnerable to damage from the sun that they wouldn't otherwise.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it sounds like because the moon has covered the sun and there's no light, our eyes adjust to darkness.
Right.
When
Pupils
the
open up.
moon moves, our eyes don't dilate quick enough to adjust to that light. We're at a vulnerable stage with it being dilated to the dark.
And then
So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Then we go to the optometrist, we get LASIK, we back to normal, all right?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think it's some cornea damage or something else that happened.
How do you look? Okay, I got studio lights in here, right? So my pupils are acting different right now.
No, that's not the same kind of light, bro.
No,
that's
we're
not
talking about.
You're talking about UV rays and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're talking about a lot of big difference. I mean, you're talking about the difference between literally day and night. I mean, think about what she just said about waking up. Remember when we used to wake up on a snowy morning, get ready to go to school, and you walk outside and you just barely can't keep your eyes open because it's so bright with the snow. The way that sun bouncing off the snow. Think about that times 1,000 or 1,000,000, and that's when you're talking about sun bright.
But you know what? I can't remember how often, or how less frequent a solar eclipse happens. I remember in elementary school, I remember all of this talk about a solar eclipse. So I was in elementary school then. Is it like every 40 years, 50 years? It has to be somewhere around there because
or in Marcy's case, every 70 years. But
every 7 years.
70. So
it's I mean, the last one for a full eclipse for us was in 17, so that's been roughly 7 years. And it's not a full eclipse for us in Tennessee. It's going to be a 90% eclipse. So as the sun, as that moves across the face of the earth, it actually changes what's going to be a full eclipse, a partial, and so on and so forth. So,
It does say every 7 years.
yeah.
What happened to 7 years ago? I don't remember all this hoopla.
Well, it doesn't change the same path. See, the absolute eclipse last time was straight across Tennessee, and we had a flood of people in here last time in 17. So it's this next eclipse that comes is going to be in a different spot on the map or on the world. So it might be farther north in Canada somewhere.
Got it.
Northwest.
So every 7 years there's one, but it may not be in your area.
Right. It's not across the United States every 7 years. So
Gotcha.
it's just these two particular times that it hit a full eclipse. It like the southeast going northeast. That was the last time. Now this time it's like the Midwest and Northeast. So it might go farther west, on the next one.
Well, they say that it's going to be an event. People are taking off work and driving to certain spots where they know that it's going to be visible. But my thing is, if it has a potential to hurt your eyes, why are we passing out little glasses and having these parties and all of this mess? Just let it happen, and it's not gonna. Whatever. Hey man, look.
But you know what? We got to remember these astrology enthusiasts. This is a big thing for them. Yep. So, there are a lot of people that are into the stars and the moons and the sun. We may not be, but there's a lot of people out there.
I mean, there's so many different ways of view. I think the last time we viewed it 2 ways. We did get some glasses, but they were useless. I think they were fakes.
Exactly.
And so we didn't use them. I mean, I knew immediately when I put them on, these aren't good. So I took them off from everybody. I said, look at the pavement, and you'll see your shadow kind of fade. And when your shadow fades, it's fully clipped. You can turn around and look at it for a couple of seconds, but you're gonna have to turn and you'll actually see your shadow move away. Or you could get a box, put a pinhole in it, or a hole, decent sized hole, where you can actually see the sun, the orifice of the sun, the actual roundness of the sun, and you'll see the eclipse happen that way too.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I do remember an eclipse. Yes, I remember one when I was grown at work. It was so many people out there making a big deal, and then all of a sudden, all of these started uploading to social media. Everybody had a picture. Yes, it was about 7 years ago.
Yeah, it hit the southern India.
Or you can just wake up and go about your day like everybody else do every single day. Just go about your day. It is what it is, okay? But who am I?
I'm going about my day.
Go about your day, or get your TV, turn your TV on, because it's going to be live on ABC.
You know it is.
And maybe I can understand why they say maybe the schools will be closed, because they don't want to put the kids out there. They don't know any different. Some kid gonna look up there and be like, I can't see. So I know. I believe we were out of school.
All you got to do for that, okay, when you look, if a kid looks up and he sees it and he goes blind, get him a piano and a harmonica, man. He'd be all right, for real.
Golly, that's very great.
Byron says the only eclipse that I want is that full moon of a round booty blocking my view.
Stop.
That's my boy.
That part right there. Yeah, man. Look, after Monday, man, we might have a lot of talented children out there. Everybody up there.
Stop it, Negro.
Stevie Wonder gonna be mad. He's gonna be like, man, I'm for real. Y'all not. Crazy.
Can't do the Stevie like Stevie.
Man,
nobody.
Just can't do it.
We don't know what happened to Stevie. I don't think Stevie Wonder was ever blind.
Here we go.
We doing conspiracy theories, right? The solar eclipse will kill you. But look, we did, and we never did. As we went on, things happen in the world today, and we never did take a moment and say our condolences to Lou Gossett Jr.'s family.
That was my boy. Yeah,
man, iconic figure in Hollywood.
Man, you talking about breaking down some doors, man. Oh my gosh, I don't think people even know the struggles he went through to get where he got. He went through a whole lot.
And you think about him when he actually got out there the first time really good doing the story time. That's when he got out there. When he had hair.
He said when he had hair.
Yeah, and he had because Louis Gossett had hair before. He had his afro and his earring. He was in the stories and everything, and he did a lot of stage plays, a lot of Broadway.
Yeah, he had that George Jefferson when he was in Roots.
Yeah, yep.
all of this
Sure
ball
did.
right here and all the hair around here. But
Made
he
him
did.
look old
He was
and
on. He was on Good Times. I remember seeing him on Good Times one time.
dating Thelma.
He was Flo's brother, Florida's brother.
I thought he was dating Thelma or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. He was dating Thelma.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. This older
Everybody was like
dude.
that.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at him, but I'm like, damn.
Man, right?
But
Then all of a
do
sudden,
you know his history of, when he first started acting and his name being on the screen and, people knowing who he was, and he got out there to California and thought that, hey, I'm who I am. And they pulled him over 3 times
mm-hmm.
in the same ride because he was a black man. And he
Well,
said that's when he realized that it didn't matter what
how
status
much
you were.
money?
It didn't matter how much money you had. You still was a black man.
Well, I'd like Trick Daddy said, you still enough. You know.
I was gonna say that, Mo, but I was gonna say the word. I'm glad you stopped me. But his breakout role was, I think, was an Officer and a Gentleman. That was his breakout role, man. This guy played.
I thought he played a role before that, though.
I mean, he was in Roots. But I'm like, there was something in between that. If Marcy was here, she'd have looked it up by now. But I know that Officer and a Gentleman, man, was that movie for me. That was that movie. He was also in the Tyler Perry movie, Why Did I Get Married? Him and his I forgot the lady that was with him, but they were an old married couple that was giving those people advice. They were on the beach. So I mean, he definitely was one of those classic actors. Now, he wasn't like a Sidney Poitier in this and that. He didn't play all the proper roles in this and that. Okay, he played, say that word, Mo. He played the
Nigga, no.
you know. So my girl Vet says it's so funny the generations in Lou Gossett Jr. My daughter knew him as Chicken George in Roots. Absolutely.
Yep. You know what's so crazy about that is he was a diabetic.
Was that right?
Yeah.
He's a diabetic.
He was a diabetic. And a lot of people didn't know that he was a diabetic, and he was diabetic young too. I mean, he was way younger than I was. There's a lot of our actors in that same age, in that 80s round, but they caught it, early and they controlled it. And I don't know what he actually passed of other than old age, because he was pretty old. But
and we still got.
He had a lot of struggles, though. Drugs, alcohol. He went through a lot of struggles too. I think. I can see back then all the challenges that he had to face and trying to deal with it, even though, your name in lights and people still treating you like you're nothing.
And that's the thing that we always, we're always going to face that. I don't care, everybody says, well, Dr. Martin Luther King, he died for this. He died so that we could have equal rights, this and that. You know what? On the surface, because we got these prominent names, we had a black president, okay, but still, we still are the oppressed people. You know what I mean? And I hate to put it like that, but we still haven't gotten to the stature that we need to be.
Well, I had a friend of mine ask me one time, man, I can't even imagine what it's like to be black. I said, that statement alone right there lets me know that you know something jacked up about me being black, that it's not equal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That statement alone.
Well, it's going to get worse, because if Trump gets in office, they're already saying that they're going to remove all of these black programs that are specifically for blacks, because they're saying that that's racist, that we're discriminating against Caucasians. So they want to remove all of those programs that help black people and open it up so that it's all inclusive.
But do you think that's, I mean, and on one hand, I see that, okay, if we're trying to say we want to be equal, why are we putting these separate groups out there?
We're not equal, though. I mean,
I know.
Really, the programs were put in place to try to bring us up from poverty and the struggles that we have.
I
We
get
don't
that.
have the same benefits that
But
we should
but
have
see,
as
But
we
sis,
stop. We stop though. We put these things out there and then we stop it because it's not progressing like we think it should progress. And then we go to something else. All right. We put some like let's take the Black Lives. Well, before I say that, Maurice, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
well, think about this for a minute. You know, I myself personally haven't gotten no ups from no crap, from anything that's been handed down from, the government. Myself personally, I worked hard for everything I had, and you know what? If I came against odds, I dug in deeper. And my dad was a big promoter of, hey, you got to get in there and do it. Now I understand there were some that were in some places, mostly the South, that had those obstacles. You know what I'm saying? The South is going to kill itself again. It killed itself one time, it's going to kill itself again. All we got to do is wait. I mean, everybody going to get in their boots and their cars and go north again. It's going to happen
Well, we don't
because
have.
it's too damn radical. It's way
I mean,
too radical, and they're going to kill themselves again. You think they always talking about what business is it? Business is kick. Well, business packed up last time and moved out this bad boy once before. They'll do it again. It's just going to
yeah,
kill itself.
and I agree with that. But I mean, and the point and that's a great point. What I was going to say was that take Black Lives Matter for instance. Now, you had this one black lady who
Yeah.
pushed this initiative and said, "Hey, man, Black lives do matter. I don't care what nobody else says out there. We matter, and we're gonna take a stand for ourselves." All right, and she lifted up that program. And then during that program, a lot of blacks got unjustly killed and beat and this and
Yeah.
that. Okay?
Yeah.
But then she stopped. She got and she lives in a mansion. She's what message does that send? You did all of this, rah, 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 for us, you said, but you out there,
Supposedly.
you weren't living in that mansion before all of this, but you got all of
Nope.
this coming up. You living in this mansion, okay? What message does that send to the younger people or even us as older people that, why would we subscribe to something like that if that's
Yeah, but bro, one bad apple, you can't base it on one bad apple. There's a
it's not
lot of
just her?
programs out there. There's a lot of people that have helped, not just black people, not just African Americans, but Caucasians. There's a lot of people that got out there and did some things to help, and
And
it benefited everyone.
But
I'm
I'm
not going to
saying,
base it on one individual. They have to pay for the things that they've done.
okay, but okay, I get
they're
that, all
gonna have to
right?
pay.
I get they have to pay for the things, okay, but put that money towards the cause. She put the money towards that, and like you said, sis, it's that's one person, okay, that we know of because that initiative was pushed out there. That's one person that we know of. How many others did it?
Yeah.
Okay, because there were other people that came up. You got a lot of new activists that came up. Okay, where are they now? You don't have the
Right.
activists like Ralph
Yeah.
Abernathy and Jesse Jackson and all of them, stomping the
James
streets and
Lewis,
leading.
John Lewis.
Yeah, you don't have them anymore. You got these little fly-by-night ones.
Yeah.
When something happens, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure we got to talk to this, but you don't hear them no more. And
Nope.
stuff is still out there happening. Stuff is still happening.
But
Yeah,
see,
I mean,
you know what?
you could punch a lot of holes and all of that, but I feel like if there are people out there that's going to push the narrative and help us move forward, it's not for everybody. Everybody
Mhm.
wasn't out there, but as a matter of fact, it was less black men out there than it was anybody. It was less black men out there pushing that agenda, and they should have been the ones out there. They should have been the
They've
ones in
been
the front
face
and
forward,
center.
right? And that's what I was getting ready. I was going to ask this question. And I'm getting this from my brothers and sisters right here, right now. How do you feel? I mean, a lot of young blacks feel like they should not give any credit to anybody that's of any other culture than us. They should not give them credit for helping, the struggle, whatever it might have been, Black Lives Matter, equal rights, and a lot of them feel like they shouldn't get no credit. I think that we need to include everybody that was in the struggle.
Yes.
No matter what culture they came
No
from.
matter what
That
color,
would
culture. Yes.
that would help. That's what MLK was very successful at. That's what he was very successful at.
I
He
agree.
said, "Look, if you're going to help, cool. But if you're not, going to step out the way."
Yeah.
But he was very successful at pulling people in and then giving them credit for things that they did to help the culture along.
Well,
I
see,
don't
now we
think Black
got
Lives Matter didn't do that. Even though they had other cultures involved, they didn't, give that credit where credit is due.
exactly. That's my point. We got
Mhm.
this cause. Now we got the spotlight up right there on that cause. Let's say everybody. Don't just say, okay, black people, black people, black people, black people. Okay, we got help. We just don't recognize that help. We don't put the spotlight on that help. Once we
Yeah,
put the spotlight on that help, it gets bigger. Our cause gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now we got
that's what MLK was very successful at,
yeah.
making it so big to the point to where you can't ignore it.
You
You
can't
know,
ignore it. Thank you.
and everybody is involved. And usually it affected more poor people than it affected, blacks sometimes. And
And
poor blacks, it was just like a double-edged sword.
what you're
You know.
saying, Mo, what you're saying is exactly what's happening in reverse now. Okay, Trump has put a big spotlight on it. Okay, and it's
Oh
getting
yeah.
bigger and bigger and bigger. So now that initiative is you how can you and like I said, I respect everyone. Okay, but how can you this man has been indicted. We've
Look,
seen video of how he treats women. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that is negative of what Mr. Trump is doing, but yet and still he has a following that can take this country over.
you got to remember the one thing he's very effective at. You know, everybody likes a circus. Okay, everybody likes a circus. If you grab their attention for 10 hot seconds, the main event, they love it. And guess what? You'll have a following.
This
You
dude
know,
got a
and
Bible, man. He's selling for $55.
that's ridiculous. He should have
But look,
something should have came out the sky and parted his hair right down the middle. When he started doing that, that's ridiculous. A lot of people think that this dude is God. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people that you try to explain to how bad. He's not that bad. Biden's doing. I said, wait a minute, hold up for a minute. Every time this dude does something, he takes credit for good stuff that he didn't do.
did he do-
You know,
oh, you can throw a fact check on this guy, and everything he's saying is wrong.
everything he says, oh God, Lord,
It's
have
wrong.
mercy.
But
It's
he
either
says
wrong
people listen.
or
He got he got a following, and like you said, Mo, the circus is in town, okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody's buying tickets to this circus. They want to see the juggler. They want to see the
Yeah.
flipping people. They want to see they want to see all
But
that
you'll
stuff.
be surprised how many people show up at the circus and see how big of a circus it is.
Come
But
on
then when
now.
it comes to go vote, it's a totally different thing. You'll
Now,
be surprised. You'll
now,
be surprised.
if Trump loses, it's gonna be problems. It's gonna
It's
be
going
some
to be
problems.
problem with the people he's radicalized. I mean, the thing about Trump is, like I said, he's got people that's listening to him right now.
Hmm.
And he was quiet there for a minute after he lost, and then September the 6th. But he's got a sister that's throwing bricks at him right now. So I mean, she's throwing some serious legal bricks at his ass.
I'm
So
like, what? So how do we vote this man in the office, dude? I don't get it.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
get
no.
it
Think
neither.
about it. Think about. I'm gonna go back to Jim Jones. How did
Oh
people drink?
Lord,
How did people poi-
drink the Kool
die
Aid.
under his following?
Yeah,
Because people want to belong to something.
David Koresh.
Yeah.
People want to belong. There's so many people out here. They want to. I have to ask yourself, how do people end up in cults? How do you get brainwashed like that? How do you end up drinking the Kool-Aid, dying, killing yourself, doing all of these crazy things that someone else is leading you to do because people want to belong to something?
Well, the crazy thing about that, Jenna, is you right now. I mean,
Hmm.
you could probably count on both your hands and toes. How many people that done fell on the sword for this dude so far. That's in jail, done lost their jobs, lost everything they had,
And you
and
put
they
your kids
still,
in that too. You put your kids in that too. There's there's
yeah.
a there's a there's a
Well, you
series
think
on
about the Klan,
BET.
same thing.
Yeah. There's a series on BET called Ruthless. All right. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody's seen that, but it's about a cult. This man, they call him the highest. He's a black dude.
Mm.
He been in jail, got out of jail or whatever. Okay, call him the highest though, and everybody worships this man. Everybody, men, women.
Wow.
He has whoever he wants. They worship this man, and there's been a couple of times I've watched it because it's pretty entertaining actually. But there's a couple of times where he thought he was going to get caught, and he told the old lady, mother highest or whatever her name is, to okay, prepare the punch. I'm like, prepare the punch, so he get it all ready. Then find out that he wasn't. It's not going to happen. So empty it and do this. I'm like, you get so swept up on what one person says. Okay, that's what television does. All right, we could sit up here and we can say something and make it really believable.
Sure.
Our followers, our viewers, I should say, if they didn't have the right mind, but our viewers would look and say, okay, well, dang, Mo said this and Greg said that, so we better get ready. We better do this. We got to do that.
Right.
Try this. Get rid of it. Let's send all of our money to the circus. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Let's just get rid of everything because they said so. Crazy, man. It's crazy. It is crazy.
What's really crazy is that you think about the people that have drank in the Kool-Aid and killed themselves for human beings. You know what I'm saying? And done all this for human beings, but won't show up on church on Sunday morning and say, "Thank you, God." For that day. That is so crazy. How people are so quick to follow somebody who don't mean nothing. Trump don't mean nothing. Everything about his life is a lie. I mean, if Greg, if you were a billionaire and you got fined $450 million, would that even faze you?
Not at all.
Okay. This dude, and then he turns around. This is the crazy part, because Tanya called him out on it. The crazy part is this. After she reduced his bond, he turned around and started bragging about how much more money he got someplace else.
Yeah.
She should have came back and slapped him with the other half.
So now he can pay the 150. He can pay the 150 million.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he go sell some gold he got sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, the only thing Trump has taught anyone is how to cheat. That's all he knows how to do. His daddy was now his uncle was just as seedy as he was.
His dad was clean.
His daddy was his daddy was fresh off the boat. So I mean, he came over here and actually made his money. Now he was a racist. He was a racist at the highest order because they didn't allow black folks, Puerto Ricans, anybody brown to live in nothing in New York, and they got the shit suit out of him about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that he got all his other little racial stuff from his daddy. But Trump ain't never been on the side of nobody but himself. And the quicker people start realizing that, the better off they'll be.
Speaking of people being for themselves, man, this is the last subject we got in. Shout out to Michon Young. I hope everything is well. We'll reschedule and have her on, all right? Because we'll get her on before she does her album, her CD release party, all right? So I hope all is well where you're at, Michon. Diddy, Sean Combs. This guy
disappeared, dude. He done disappeared.
He can disappear, but he will be.
But that's a real billionaire. He can disappear for real.
I say he's innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, but everybody's out there proving him guilty. Everybody's out there proving him guilty. So,
I have to say this every time because I don't know why people in that status, they don't watch their back. Like I guess I would have to watch everything. I would have to watch everybody that's around me, everything people are doing. Don't pull out no camera while I'm here. I would be watching everything. And of course you can't skate through everything because people can take something you say or do and twist it and do all kinds of things. But you're going to have to catch me up. I'm not going to give you the stuff.
Well, my whole thing is you be, a lot of people be tripping on how stars be tripping on about pulling out cameras in public and stuff when they walking around. That's the reason why. I mean,
Man, Prince
Diddy
had
got
that.
pictures kissing
Prince had
everybody.
that down pat. You did not see. He did not allow cameras. He didn't have
Mm,
cameras. Phone. You couldn't bring a phone in his home, in his
yeah,
studios.
right.
He didn't have that kind of stuff around him. He didn't have people around him that were on social media, any of that,
But think
because
about
he
this.
knew how what people could take and do with it.
Well, you think about this. He got pictures. They got pictures of Diddy kissing everybody.
Whether
She got
whether he did or
You
not,
know,
he
you know
was
everybody.
putting
what?
it in.
You got to remember AI is out here too,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, that too. Yeah, too. But you got some, some. They got pictures of him kissing everybody and everyone. So and some of the stuff that Diddy's going through. I think about this for a minute. You know, he got so much money that he could. You think about it. He got so much money that you just bored with money. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure some of that freaky stuff popped
I don't
off.
believe everybody though. I think some of those
Not
people are
everybody.
me too. I don't believe all those people. I
Okay,
really
but
don't.
Some of
I don't think
some
he
of
would
the
be stupid enough to do some of the stuff that they saying he doing.
okay,
Some of the
but
He
people
did.
got paid that night, and it wasn't enough money, is what it was.
I'm gonna
He
tell
had this
y'all.
little freak.
I'm gonna tell y'all with even with the success I've had with this entertainment stuff was nowhere near theirs. Okay, but Mo, you may not know this, but Gina, when we're out, do I ever take pictures? I don't take pictures with nobody. Man, look, this is me right here.
To get a hand.
I'm telling you, ask Marcella, ask a lot of people. I'm like, no, don't take pictures. Don't roll no video. Don't. I don't want to be on nobody's camera unless I've already structured it myself. Okay.
Right.
Other than that, you ain't getting no random pictures of Greg Gray. That's never gonna happen. All right, because everything that I built up can be taken away just from that one picture that you made. Okay, because you might
That's
hate.
right.
You might be all excited and happy to see Greg. You never see him. Okay, do it on TV, blah blah blah, and then in your personal, you'd be like, yeah, I hate that motherfucker, man. Yeah, I got him now. So, and like Gina said, AI is out here, boy. So you can take my picture. You have a big old penis coming this way, okay? And I'm just, it wasn't me. That was not me. It was not there. Okay, that was not me. I do not know the owner of that penis. That is not my thing. Okay, you got
I'm
to
gonna
be
tell you.
careful. A lot of that stuff I can tell you from firsthand. I've seen Diddy. Diddy treated me and my guys kind of bad. All right.
Mm,
Back in the day, I don't know if any of the guys will remember this. Okay, we had the thing with 112. He told us we couldn't do 112, and 112 said, damn that. But everybody touches. Think about it. Diddy had a bunch of groups. 112, no longer there with him. Total, no longer there with him.
yeah.
Biggie got killed. You had Danity Kane, I think it was. They're saying he did the stuff to them. Okay, making the band. All of them. So it's nobody is there with him anymore. Mace, all these people, especially even the ones that were real close and were making some money with him, they're no longer around him. And those that wasn't in his organization, they steer clear away from him. All right, now somebody made a really interesting statement too. So Russell Simmons got accused of the same stuff, okay, sexual harassment and all this other stuff. We ain't heard from Russell Simmons at all anywhere ever since then. We ain't heard from him. Russell Simmons went to Antigua probably, and he's chilling. They can't come get him. They can't do nothing. Okay, he's got all of his. He good. Okay, Diddy tried to go, but he was too visible. They was, and now he got his kids involved as well. But again, when these kids get certain age, you see your daddy doing dirty. If that's the case, allegedly, see his daddy doing dirty. Y'all got to cut that out, man. Tell him or talk to him and say, Dad, no. Byron says Diddy the Diddler is a freak and is guilty of the nonsense that he's accused of, because if he wasn't, he would not have settled the civil suit against him in 24 hours.
I just see your R. Kelly all over again.
They're going to be braiding each other's hair, man. Come on.
I just see R. Kelly all over again.
It's going to be bad for him, and this man had much more money than R. Kelly. And again, all of this is alleged. You know, and as Gina said, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not trying to see anybody go to jail. I don't want to see anybody in a bad situation. Okay, but if you're doing wrong, come on, man. Nobody is above reproach. You know, President Trump, ex-President Trump thinks he should
I have
be.
to straddle the line, you guys, because it's so many people out here that want to a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
I have to straddle the line. I can't. You're gonna have to put all the facts in front of me. You know, have that trial, bring out all the evidence before I can make a decision if he's guilty or not guilty. It's
Okay, but let
so
me ask you
many
this.
people out here that come and they just want the money. They want to
Yeah,
grab the money. I mean,
absolutely.
I think about some of them probably were okay with everything, you know, not saying that they were. I'm just saying some of them
I'm
may have been
saying
okay at the time. Now all of a sudden, man, all my money gone. He out here making all this money. Why can't I get
exactly.
some more of it?
And
Especially when somebody has said something.
there's the whole thing. He probably hired a bunch of people for them nights that he had them wild nights and wild parties going on. They got paid, but guess what? The money
Now they
ran
want some
out,
more. That
and
money's
somebody
gone.
said, and he paid off that warning 24 hours. They said, hey, shit, they
Yeah,
got some more money. I'm finna
yeah,
go too.
yeah.
So guess
So
what?
And I can see, I kind of see
The
why
vault
he
is
would have
open.
done that. Let's just get this out the way. Here, you want money? Here, take your money and go. But all that
Take
did was
that, take
open up
that,
the floodgates.
take that, take that.
you know,
That's all it did.
R. Kelly is pissed off for being caught up for pissing on folks. Um,
Stop,
so
Byron.
let's but real quick, R. Kelly, man. You know, in saying what you said, Gina, you think all of those women were guilty? I mean, not guilty, but were
I think
harassed
they
by
all were partying.
Art,
I think they all were doing drugs. I think they all were doing having their little orgies and all that stuff that they had back then. I think they all were involved in it at some
so
point. And I
I,
think that now maybe as they matured, they say, "Hey, maybe that wasn't right, or that shouldn't have happened to me." It's a whole lot of things. It's a whole lot of different ways that could have went. I think some of those were participants, you know, they were involved. They wanted to be in the party scene. They wanted to be part of
yeah,
his little clique. I think
yeah.
that is something. And not only that, but why does this happen every time a black man gets ready to purchase something huge? He was getting ready to purchase BET or be a part of BET, just like with with R. Kelly, just like with Michael Jackson. Why all of a sudden when they're getting ready to grab this big piece of something that belongs to the other races, that all of a sudden these things start to happen? That's why I say I have to
well,
straddle the line and I have to see the evidence before I can even make a decision.
So is that why Tyler Perry backed out of his deal? Because it was getting too. He started hearing the things getting ready to come at him. You know what I mean? Because he was getting ready to do the thing with BET as well, and he got a piece of it, but he didn't get the whole
Yeah, Diddy
thing.
was getting a large piece of it though. He was trying to
yeah,
get a large
Crazy.
piece of it.
but he
And
still
Diddy,
owns and runs Revolt too. He still has that
and Diddy
platform.
now, what the media is saying is that Diddy is coming for Jay-Z. All right, they're saying whatever Jay-Z did or is doing, because him and Diddy were together.
I'm not feeling a lot of this. I'm not feeling a lot of this only because we've seen some things with Elvis and all of them, and
Come on,
this
Jerry
man.
Lee
kind of stuff
Lewis.
did not happen.
Yeah.
And why I just can't sit back and say, hey, it's okay to bring our brothers down. Yeah, if they did wrong, they should go to jail. They should pay for it. But you got to
What do you
look at
think of
the
that?
evidence and stop hearing all this outside
Yeah.
noise. Stop
But see,
listening
the
to the
outside noise
media.
is what's
Stop
gonna get
following
him.
social media
Yeah.
and
You think
actually
about
put the facts out there.
Mm-hmm.
well, you think what about this? What put Mike Tyson in jail?
I
The
know.
That's the same thing. You and me, Greg. We know if a girl show up at your spot
At
at
3 in the morning,
5 o'clock in the morning, you know what's gonna happen.
I'm
You know what
telling
I'm
you.
saying?
I'm telling you.
Back in the day, you know what's gonna happen, and she knew exactly what was gonna happen. You know, and the thing about it is, she got a money rush, and she went on a money thing. She got money and got him put in jail.
They
So
got him
she's
put
on a
in jail.
witness
And
protection
Mike
program
Tyson
now.
should not have been in jail. I don't. This is just me. He should have been put in jail for that.
No, he should. He didn't have good representation.
He didn't.
No,
He
he
didn't.
did not.
That was consensual. That was consent. She came
Yeah,
to him.
that's right.
She came to him.
That right there should have just poof.
Yeah, if
That
she
should
didn't
have.
know, it was getting ready to go down like that. She knew who Mike Tyson was. She didn't know it was getting ready to get down. She would have came. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. She went there, went in the room, finished. She finished. Okay, there was no
And then
bruises on her. There was no bruises
nope.
on her.
And then that little skank that he married, Robin. Oh my God,
Robin
I can't
Gibb.
stand her.
Never
She
been a
made
fan of hers,
she
y'all.
made a
Never
career
been a
off of
fan.
that.
Never
She
been a
made a
fan.
career off of that. Off
Her
of
and her
Sure did.
mother.
and her mother. Thank
Her
you.
and her mother. I'm just saying.
He hit
There.
me. He's abusive.
I'm just saying. All I'm
Just
saying
like you
is
said, protect yourself.
protect. Yes, you have to when you in that kind of career.
Yep.
These
Nobody.
athletes, these actors, you have to because it's too many now. These days, it's not cool. It's not cool to be
About
going to
money.
those parties and
They
throwing them parties
teaching.
at your house. It's
They're
not cool.
teaching these girls. These parents are teaching these little girls
Yes,
to go.
yes,
Hey, look,
they
go
are.
for the
They
bigger guy.
are.
Go for
They
him
are.
because he got money. Okay, and do what you got to do. We pray on it later. Okay. Byron
True.
says the prison talent show going to be won by the same people for the next 30 years.
That's bad, right? Golly, I'm
It's
sorry. I'm
connected from
bad.
me and my Mo. Ella says, "Come on, Gina. Come on."
I
Now.
know, Ella. I know people were gonna get upset with what I said, but
At 3:00 a.m. Nothing is open but hospitals and legs. It's crazy out there, man. We talk, y'all. We have conversations outside of this, all right. But when we have an opportunity to get stuff off our chest to talk about the current
Well, I want to
events.
bring up one more subject before we close out. I know it's getting close to time, so
Would
we
that
only have
be?
about 3 or 4 minutes.
Would that
Let's
be
talk
the
about
decision
the
maker?
bridge that fell, y'all. Do you know that is
Girl.
everybody's worst nightmare? Do
What?
you know that is everybody's worst nightmare?
But
Being on
Gina,
a bridge when it fall.
Being on a bridge that collapsed.
that
How
bridge did
many
not
times you
collapse.
drive over one of those bridges and you're afraid that this is going to be the day that it falls?
Yeah. All of a sudden,
That bridge fell like London Bridge.
like that.
Check this out. It's been some times I've been sitting on the bridge waiting in traffic, waiting on a light to change on the other side of the bridge, and you feel the trucks going past, and you can feel them jumping up and down. It's like, really? Can we get this just a little bit more stable than this?
I'm going to tell you, my heart goes out to everybody involved, all the families. You don't
But Gina,
expect to go to work, to cross a bridge, to drive across a bridge, and all of a sudden, boom, it's over.
we're going to do a
It wasn't
show.
that simple. It wasn't that simple. Think about this. You had a ship hit that bridge that's the size of the freaking Empire State Building. That's a lot of tonnage.
Okay, but
I mean,
here's the thing that y'all, and we're gonna do a show one day about all of these little conspiracy theories that we're talking about. Okay, because if you looked at it, and I looked at this today, I was talking to some people today, and they showed this video, that bridge collapsing, right? The ship hit it, right? But if you look
they
to the
showed a little flash.
there's a flash right there with some smoke. Okay, come on, and then you look on the other side, same thing. All right, did they have that there on purpose just in case something like that did happen, so that it could all go down at the same time, or
no,
the
bridges that they built back then are not as built the same as the bridges they build now. They have a lot of things in place now that prevents a bridge from collapsing like that if one pillar falls. Back then, think about it. Back then, we know how things were built back then.
Right.
We had the Klein Avenue Bridge to fall.
Yeah, it's not like a suspension bridge. If that hadn't been a suspension bridge, it'd have been totally different. That's a totally different.
Now they have the little bumpers out there around the pillars and all of this stuff to prevent that. But the bridges back then, they were just building bridges. Like there was no safety measures.
All I'm saying is watch yourselves, okay? Believe what you believe. Use your mind, use your discernment, all right? Because everything is not as it seems, okay? That's what we're talking about, a lot of stuff, okay? Again, shout out to Michon Young, okay? Hope everything is gonna be all right. Get your lights on, get your food, stuff taken care of. All right. Shout out to the Rachel Gary as well, the CEO of Your Life. All right. We had I had a clip, but we were talking, so we just had a good time, just talking, expressing ourselves today. All right, Mo, you want to say something real quick?
Man, look, folks, use your brains and vet this information that you're getting. We got information coming at us as folk at 1,000,000 miles an hour every day. And a lot of it is BS. What you got to do is vet that information, get it to a source. A lot of people ask me, how can you tell the truth anymore? I said, it's two or three news sources that I listen to. And between the three of them, you kind of can sort out the truth. And that's what I do. And one of them's ultra conservative, which is Fox. The other one is NPR, which is mega national liberal, and the other one is CNN. I listen to those three because between the three of them, you get a consensus of what's actually going on and what's actually happening.
Cool.
So
Gina?
that's me.
Distinguished Authors Guild, if you have an award-winning book, submit your book. We're waiting for you. We want you. Let's get that book. This will give you a platform to get your book promoted. There's a lot of ways we're promoting your book. Go to the Distinguished Authors Guild Facebook page, register your book, and let us help you get it recognized.
Yeah, we're gonna push that, guys. We got to get your books in. All right. I already said what I was gonna say. Okay, so this is DopelivenTV Live, man. We'll see you guys on Monday. All right. Peace out.
All right. Peace.